Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Oftentimes, the wheelchairs our veterans and first responders receive from their healthcare providers are subpar at best. Some are falling apart, with a years-long waiting list for a new one. This lag causes a tremendous amount of stress for our heroes and creates a burden for their caregivers. Isolation leads to depression. We build what they need to get outdoors, hunting, fishing, or playing sports. Join the mission at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
You're listening to 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls and 1460 WMBA Ambridge. Welcome to the Best of Beaver County, presented by St. Barnabas, a weekly segment dedicated to putting the focus on the amazing things and the amazing people behind them in Beaver County. The Best of Beaver County is sponsored by and content is provided by St. Barnabas. The show airs every Thursday from 11 to 11:30 on WBVP, WMBA, 99.3 FM, and Facebook Live. Now, with no further ado, let's welcome host Mike Romai to introduce today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network. I'm Mike Romai. Since 1900 and counting, St. Barnabas has been caring for people in southwest Pennsylvania. And now in Allegheny, Beaver, and Butler counties, a full continuum of care is offered to our residents and patients. Additionally, through our medical center, St. Barnabas provides a full dentistry, home health and home care, hospice and palliative care. As a leader in the healthcare industry, St. Barnabas continues to be focused on the needs of the community and our residents now and in the future. The St. Barnabas Health System offers solutions to healthy living by providing residents, patients, and our communities with opportunities to enhance their daily lives. To that end, the intent of our radio show is to introduce you to successful people who are having a positive impact in the greater Pittsburgh communities. Each month, we will bring you topics of interest to enlighten, entertain, and educate you as we look forward to having insightful conversations benefiting you and your family's well-being. And what we are going to be talking about this morning on the program is benefiting your bellies, your stomach, your food. We are talking with the original owner of Vesuvios in Monaca, and we welcome in Jared Spaziani.
Yes, sir.
Jared is co-owner. Tony Cherico is the original owner. And Jared's uncle, and Mark Spaziani, Jared's father, from Vesuvios. Welcome to all of you.
Thanks for having us.
How long has Vesuvios been in Beaver County?
Well, we're going on our 40th year.
40th year.
Yes, sir.
You are in the plaza. I would call it the Vesuvios Plaza, but I think maybe Panera might call it the Panera Plaza, or the Marine Corps may call it the Marine Corps Plaza, or something like that. But 40 years ago, that plaza didn't exist, did it?
It did not.
No. Where were you guys before that?
We were in what was called then GB Plaza.
Oh, where Walmart is now.
Yeah, where you can almost lose a car in the parking lot.
Yeah. GB Plaza. Wow, that's amazing. Were you off on the side, like where the movie theater used to be and all that?
We were on the opposite end of the movie theater. We were right next to a CBS.
CBS, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, times have changed, huh? And when did you move across the road there? It's Route 18, right, going up the hill?
Yeah, it was about 16 years ago.
16 years?
Yeah.
So you've been pretty much in your present location for about 35 years? Or maybe 25?
No,
somewhere?
we've been in this location for 16 as of December
Okay.
7th, and then all the rest of the time was over at the GB and then Walmart Plaza. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It changed hands. So.
Yeah. And you're from Beaver County originally?
Yes.
But your roots go to Italy, right?
Of course.
Right, of course. And from Beaver County, Monaca Center, that area, you chose that area to open your business. How come?
Basically because it was an empty spot in GB Plaza,
okay.
and Dom, that was our original owner when there was the three of us before Jared came in. He went down, talked to Katheri, and next thing you know, we were
You were in.
locked in. Yeah.
I think also we've all graduated from Center, so I
Okay.
mean this community means a lot to us, and we love serving this community. And it was just a beautiful thing that it worked out for us to be here. So
Yeah, very good. Right down the road, so everybody knows you, and
It's very
you get them
close.
from Broadhead Road and up from Monaca and all points in Beaver County. How has the business changed in the past 40 years? Did you start out just with a pizza shop, or?
Originally, it was pizza and sandwiches, and as time went on, Tony's mother, my mother-in-law, came into the business and helped out, and her mother also worked there. So my mother-in-law is 92 presently. She just comes to have fun, a few days a week.
Sure.
And her mother was 100 when she passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and worked there every day. The dawn worked there. So even if she was just sitting there folding boxes, and people that have come into the restaurant a long time ago would see her sitting in the corner folding boxes, and today we wish we still had her folding boxes sometimes.
What is it about Italians and family? Because you're talking about a 92-year-old woman who would still like to be there, 100-year-old woman who had been there forever, and it all seems to revolve around the family.
I think I think food is what connects us so well. I think that's why the restaurant was such a big part of our family. I think that's why great-grandma wanted to be there every day that she could. And I think that's why grandma still comes in and works as hard as she does. It's just that food that connects us. It was always a big part of our family. Our holidays are like out of a movie. I mean, It's just Christmas and everything. Such good memories of us, just 40 of us, people from the restaurant coming down. I mean, it's created such a love and a passion for us that I think it's what connects us so well.
And how has the industry changed? You said pizza and sandwiches were something that you started out with, but now you've got a huge menu with all different types of specialties on it.
I would say that, trying to rely on just pizza and sandwiches back then wasn't enough to get people to come in often enough. So when Mary started introducing the sauce and we worked from there, adding different things onto the menu, and then sadly, it seems like every time we introduce something that's a special, it ends up being something that we can't get off the menu.
Yeah.
So it ends up permanently on the menu. So we got to either slow down on the specials or just get a bigger menu.
Yeah, and the recipes. What makes your recipes different than, because there are a lot of pizza places or spaghetti, where you can get food around the county. What is it that makes Vesuvio's so special?
Basically, they're my mother's recipes. So what you eat at her home, you'd eat there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And how did you know that was going to go over with the general public? Because it's one thing for the family to get together, and then you start to say, some of the cousins come in and they say, this doesn't taste the same as Mama's recipe, and everybody has a different taste. And
Well, I mean, you take like stuff that we make at home. A lot of it is truly from homemade tomatoes that we grew or went out and picked and made. So it is a little different from our home eating than the restaurant, but we buy the best quality that we can at the restaurant, and we don't change anything. So when it hits, it's the best right off the get-go, at least in our mind. And if something starts to tweak, we had problems with Alfredo's. Guys were changing things a little bit, and I just say, hey, Tony, fix this problem. And go home, get the recipe, come back, say, okay, guys, stop playing around. This is the way it goes. And now we sell so many of them, it's just insane.
so is there just one trusted person with the recipes when you're making a sauce or whatever it is, that's the go-to person that's going to make the sauce? Because you let somebody else in there, they might put a little too much salt or sugar or something in it.
We have been so blessed with the employees that we have. Well, I mean, Graham knows best. I mean, she knows what is going to please the masses. I mean, she grew up in Italy. She started cooking at a very young age for the farm hands. And when she came over here, It's just been a part of her life and a passion, and she's taught that to our employees, which we have 2 of our cooks have been in there for over 30 years. We have a cook that's been in there for 15 years. We have a cook that's been in there for over 10 years. And we are all like family. We trust each other. And we literally, we put blood, sweat, and tears in that place, all of us. So, you know, to have employees that have been there so long, I mean, we have a server that's been there for over 30 years. I mean, we really do trust them. And as far as all the homemade prep goes, that is Graham, but she's passed all that knowledge and wisdom on to us, so that even after she does retire, you know, which I don't see happening until the
Even
good
after
Lord
she
takes
does
her.
this.
Yeah, but she'll work up until probably, you know, 100 as well. So
She's 92 years old
she's
now.
92.
I'm getting this image in my head. You're a shorter woman. She's got an apron on.
Oh, yes.
Right? She's working the kitchen. You do something wrong, she's going to slap you upside the head. That ever happened to you?
A couple of times.
Yeah, Tony, come on, tell the truth. And now, moving on. Now, if she's a smaller woman in stature, I'm thinking about an Italian grandma here. How big are her hands?
They're big enough to get a lot of work done.
Well, I'm asking that. I'm asking that because if I put my hands up here where you can see them, okay, about that big, that's the size of the meatballs that I have seen at Vesuvio's. They seriously, some people, you know, they're going to roll the meatballs around in their hand. You get about that big. Vesuvio's that big.
We've always been known as the place with the softball size meatballs,
Yeah.
so that's not going to change.
Right, right. And that's a special dish unto itself. You get that plate with the meatballs on it, Italian bread and sauce, and you're good.
Well, that's the thing. We pride ourselves. We know that this was a steel town, and we pride ourselves on making a dish that you aren't going to finish normally. So you're going to take some
true.
home. And my old partner Don would say, "Look how many styrofoam containers we go through." I said, "Look how many happy people are going home and they got lunch for the next day."
That's what they have.
That's
That's
the
what
truth.
they want. And we had a younger partner come in, and first thing he said is like, if we cut our portions a little bit, we'll save a lot of money over the end of the year. And I'm like, dude, not while I'm alive and not when I'm dead, because I'll find a way to come back and haunt you.
Yeah.
We are not changing what we do best.
Well, it's true because my wife and I were out at a restaurant just the other day, and we got this one thing that we get. You know, we don't go there that often, but we get this one thing, and it came to the table, and it shrunk about 2/3 of what it used to be at one time, and that's what we both commented to each other. It's look how small this is nowadays.
Yeah, the prices of supplies, I mean, we look at it every week, and it seems like the bill goes up, but the items we're ordering are the same. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy how expensive everything has got. And we try to keep our costs in a place where we know the customers can afford, so that they enjoy coming there, but we won't change the size of the plate. I mean, the portion's going to always be the same.
How did the pandemic, COVID, affect your business? And also, you're talking about the supplies and things, supply chain that they talked about for the past year or so, about not being able to get products in. How did that impact your business?
Scary. I mean, if you're not going to get sauce in, you're not going to sell pizza. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of times when they were trying to tell us that there could be some rationing of sauce and some cheese and stuff like that, and it does panic you. As far as COVID itself, I mean, the ups and downs of being open or closed, we always stayed open. We were always able to bring food out to the vehicles, so we kept busy, and we got through it, and hope that it never comes back around again.
That's for sure. We're talking with the owners of Vesuvio's in Monaca. Do I say Monaca or do I say? I think it's Monaca.
It is
right?
Monaca, yes.
Right.
Yep.
Jared Spaziani, Tony Cherico, and Mark Spaziani are with us. The grandmother couldn't be here, but she's with us in spirit, and she's still working the place. We're live on the radio, live on Facebook, and so that means you just take a breath and you can smell the sauce and the aroma of Vesuvio's. And we'll continue on the Best of Beaver County here on the St. Barnabas Radio Network.
You're listening to the Best of Beaver County. St. Barnabas is pleased to have provided content and sponsorship for the program. Tune in this Sunday at 11:30 for an encore presentation of today's program on Beaver County Radio. And next Thursday at 11 for another edition of the Best of Beaver County on WBVP, WMBA, and 99.3 FM.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
I'm Patty.
And I'm Bob. We're retired, and we live at St. Barnabas in the Village.
We used to have a house.
Lived in it for 40 years.
Raised our kids.
But it became too much. The upkeep, the stairs.
Moving seemed like such a hassle. We didn't even know where to start, so we didn't.
Until we met Cindy at St. Barnabas.
She talked us through our options.
Yeah, and she helped us with our move and all the arrangements.
There was so much stuff. Who knew we had 3 fondue pots?
But she made it easy.
So easy.
Now we enjoy ourselves.
Golf, the pool, new friends, shuttles to where we want to go.
The pub and the food.
So good.
There wasn't a long-term commitment or any large fees.
And they have a healthcare system on campus with doctors if we need it. The kids really like that.
The kids like to come and eat with us.
There's an easier, worry-free way to retire at the Village at St. Barnabas. Come visit us for a free and informative counseling session and personal tour.
I can't believe you waited so long.
I can't believe you waited so long.
Visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-443-0700. Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network with Jared Spaziani, Tony Cherico, and Mark Spaziani. These are the guys who keep Vesuvio's full with food and patrons, and they've been doing it for 40 years in Beaver County. So we're happy to have them here with us today. Jared is the new co-owner, right? How long? Now, when Dad started talking about this, and you were going through high school and everything, did you say, "No, Dad, I don't want to get into the family business," or were you excited about it?
Well, you know what? My dad was actually out of the business during that time. He was running his own remodeling business, but I will say that some of the greatest memories I have growing up are going to the restaurant. I just remember, taking dates there or going down with my friends on a Friday night.
Wait a minute. Taking dates there? That means that, boy, you could take a girl there. She could eat like a queen and treat her like a queen.
That's right.
And you didn't have to pay the bill.
Even better than that, me and my friends would walk in on a Friday night, and my uncle would treat us like kings. I mean, honestly, it almost felt like the scene in Goodfellas whenever they walk in the back of the restaurant, and so those memories, they're implanted in my brain, and as I grew up, and the opportunity came to. I was already working at the restaurant for a little bit, and the opportunity came to buy in, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
So you just gave me another image in my head. You said Goodfellas. So Marty Scorsese's mother is the Italian mother, and at the table there, and she says, "Eat, you got to eat.
That's
Look,
Graham.
you're losing weight."
That's Graham. That's Graham right there. Yep.
Yeah, you're not getting enough to eat. So that's what you basically pattern your menu after, because you want people to be full when they leave.
Absolutely. I mean, that's very important to us, and like they've touched on, the prices, unfortunately, there's not much we can do, with inflation and, with COVID hitting, but one thing that we know is if you come in, you're getting what you paid for.
Mm-hmm. Where does Toronto fit into the Vesuvios?
These two can touch on that.
Toronto, they had a product that was exceptional, and they went up and opened up we're guessing 1955 right now. When the first one went up, he opened it up and basically waited for a phone to ring, pick up the phone, make the pizza, lock the door, deliver it, and came back. And
the one-man show.
It just caught on, and he'd call his second brother, say, "Get up here, we need help." Third brother, fourth brother. So
And
the
this
whole
was our family. This was our family.
And
So
we
Where they have
figured,
12 drivers, 13 drivers.
yeah, they had at one time they had 6 different shops, and then they decided to go down to 1, and that's when Don was laid off, and I said, hey, why don't we just go up and learn? And so that's what we did. Went up, learned what they had to offer us, and came back, and
We expanded from there.
and it worked.
Yeah.
And it was slow at first because, like anything else, you open up a business, chances
Sure.
of losing is there. You know what I mean? But the product wouldn't let us lose,
Yeah.
and it hasn't let us down yet.
Do the people in Canada like something a little different in their Italian food than the people in Center Township, Monaca area?
very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have a good product, it usually sells no matter where you're at.
Canadian
So,
bacon instead of pepperoni or something.
there might be a few changes like that. Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah. What is as the younger as the younger guy in this business, you come in with other ideas. Do you ever propose ideas and say, we should try this. This is what's going on now.
I mean, we really all work very well together in that manner. We kind of bring different things to the table. I think one thing that recently that I kind of brought in was I have a very passionate love for whiskey, and so I kind of I told them, let me build up the bar, with a lot of different whiskey selections, and it's been doing really well. So, but we honestly, we love each other, and we trust each other. So, whatever we bring to the table, we'll at least give it a shot and see if it works.
Not to use a play on word there, give it a shot, but the whiskey you introduced to it. I think of Italian food and I think of red wine.
Well,
white
we
wine.
have a good wine selection as well. Yeah.
But whiskeys, do you find there's a big market out there for it?
There is. Whiskey is the whiskey boom is insane right now. The hardest thing is getting good whiskey. Everybody wants it, and it's become increasingly hard. So we just do our best, and we've seen a very good return on it. So,
Yeah. What's your favorite?
I have too many.
Okay. All right. Local or national?
we
A
have
little
we
bit
have
of
some
both.
we have some local, but in my opinion, the best bourbon comes from Kentucky, and so that's where a lot of our whiskey comes from.
Well, if Kentucky's got to be known for something, let it be the whiskey down
That's
there.
right. Absolutely.
All right. And was it difficult over the years because I grew up in Beaver County. I'm born and raised here, so I know there are pizza shops in every town in Beaver County. If somebody's opening a pizza shop somewhere along the line, how do you compete?
Quality. There's no one that's touching our quality.
Yeah.
I mean, we do everything in-house. I mean, we make fresh dough every single night. The sauce, we import 4 different mozzarella cheeses, and we blend those together. I mean, every ingredient that we get is the best ingredient that we possibly can. And then as far as, making pizzas, we've had, these two and Dom who have taught the younger guys well. And like I said, the quality stays the same because of, our pizza makers. I think usually you think of a restaurant, it's just constant change of employees, and that really does hurt the quality of the product. Whereas us, even our pizza guys, they're young, but they started at 15, and they've been there for about 8-10 years making pizzas for us. So, and we still make pizzas ourselves. So, that's a big part
Still
of what we do.
tossing the pizzas?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is that something they have to learn when they first come in?
Oh yeah.
How to toss the pizza?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of dough hit the floor from some of the new guys coming in.
Yeah, every once in a while we had to throw some things away, but you want to look cool when you're doing your job. It makes it fun. So tossing that, it's something we
When you were
enjoy.
young and you were dating and bringing them in, did you have to take them back in the kitchen and say,
You know,
"Hey,
the
let me show you how good I am with my hands"?
the funny part about the old restaurant was there was actually a window into the dining room, so everyone could see us tossing the pizzas. Whereas the new location doesn't have that, which, I don't think we mind because we're a little shy while we're working. So
You can tell, right?
Yeah.
What's the special ingredient in whether it's the sauce or the dough that makes it unique, makes Vesuvius unique?
Well, I think the pizza crust has always been a love of our clients.
Sicilian, thin crust.
We have both. We have,
Yeah.
and I've noticed the thick crust selling a lot more lately. But it's the crunchiness that the people and our pepperoni is like way more than what we have to spend on pepperoni, but it's what sells the pizza. I mean, people.
So it's not just
love it.
margarita or Hormel or something
you
like
want
that?
that pepperoni that it curls up and creates that pool of grease in it. And if you have that with that crunch, and like I would agree, our crust is, there's just nobody's touching it.
Yeah,
And we get people going for double pepperoni on pizzas anymore lately, and I'm like thinking, wow, that's a lot of grease.
I've suffered from pizza palate more than I can share with you today, because it comes out of the oven and it's so hot, and you're talking about the oil, and you take a bite out of it, and it just, you're looking so forward to it, but it continues to grow, and you're more than a pizza shop. You have a number of other specialties that you serve as well. What are some of those that you've come up with over the years?
Like our salads are pretty popular, steak and chicken. I mean, we hand cut the chicken, hand cut the steaks. The dressings are so unique. We have
house dressing. What's your house dressing?
4 homemade dressings that are, it's just, that's the love. And I tell the cooks all the time, whatever you do not forget to put the dressing in the bag. I say, because the people are buying these salads want that dressing. I mean,
but we're giving it away. Is that what they tell you? We're giving it away. But the salads, go ahead.
I would definitely say that the homemade stuff that we do because of Graham, I mean, our chicken parm that we hand cut and hand bread is, it's one of my favorite dishes, and everywhere I go, I try chicken parm. None compares to ours. Our homemade lasagna. We hand do our gnocchis. We hand roll our gnocchis, our homemade fettuccine. So many of the things that we sell so much of are our homemade staples, and those all came from Graham. And, it's just a testament to, her hard work and dedication to the place and teaching us. And, I think those are probably some of the best things that we dish out every week.
Some of the best things, but also the most popular thing. When customers come into the store, what's the most popular thing they ask for?
Goodness, we sell
most popular meal, because fettuccine Alfredo is always a favorite.
That's one of them. That's one of them. Gnocchis, our lasagna, and we sell so much pizza. It's honestly sometimes hard to keep up on. But I would say those definitely are the staples.
Where did the name Vesuvius come from?
From Mount Vesuvius.
Oh, it's okay. Mount Vesuvius. Okay.
Why they picked it, I don't know.
Explodes with flavor.
There you go. That's perfect.
Very good. And located in, what is the plaza called there? Vesuvius
Plaza.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we like that.
In the Coles and all that. That's
it's
right
across from Target.
Okay.
Township.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Been there for 40 years, 16 years over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And but you know where they are. You know what they serve, and we wish you 40 plus more years in the business, because your menu is second to none, and we enjoy it so much.
Real quick, we want to thank you guys for having us, and then also we want to thank this community, because whether it was COVID or no matter what we were dealing with, I mean, the outpouring of love and support that they gave us, I mean, it's why we do so much to give back, and we love this town, we love this county, and we just appreciate all the support.
What are your hours?
You know what? Sundays we're a little bit shorter. We're noon to about 8, and then the weekdays we usually cook till about 8:30 or 9. We've kind of adjusted things because of COVID. People are eating a little bit earlier, so.
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure talking to you. Grandma, thank you so much. If she's watching or listening to the program,
we'll make sure she does.
Thank you for getting a great start and bringing your recipes here to Beaver County. Jared Spaziani, Tony Cherico, and Mark Spaziani from Vesuvius Restaurant in Monaca. I'm Mike Romai. It's the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network.
Thank you for listening to the Best of Beaver County. St. Barnabas is pleased to have provided content and sponsorship for the program. Tune in this Sunday at 11:30 for an encore presentation of today's program on Beaver County Radio. And next Thursday at 11 for another edition of the Best of Beaver County on WBVP, WMBA, and 99.3 FM. Beaver County Radio's news source. 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMVA, and streaming at beavercountyradio.com.
Good morning. On this Thursday, August 31st, 2023, the Beaver County weather forecast is calling for mostly sunny skies today with a high of 77 degrees and a warm, sunny weekend ahead. We'll check your Beaver County weather forecast in full following this look at news. A new partnership for education called Flourish Beaver County was formally introduced at a gathering Wednesday night at the CCBC Dome. The new partnership includes local government, law enforcement, nonprofits, teachers unions, and other groups to focus on educational opportunities and workforce development for young people and students in Beaver County. The chairperson of Flourish Beaver County is CCBC President Dr. Roger W. Davis, and during last night's announcement, he pointed to one of the major reasons that this coalition was developed.
Our county's population has steadily decreased over the last 11 years. In fact, in the last 11 years, our population has only increased 1 year. This decade-long trend has impacted every community, every neighborhood, and is especially acute among the school-age population. It has had a direct effect on the county's ability to provide equitable, high quality, and cost-effective educational opportunities for all of our students.
The full story from last night's announcement can be found at beavercountyradio.com. The president of a Pittsburgh area mineral company has been sentenced in federal court to 3 years of probation and ordered to pay $222,255.35 in restitution to the IRS and a fine of $55,000 on his conviction for filing a false income tax return, United States Attorney Eric G. Olshan announced today. U.S. District Judge Arthur Schwab imposed a sentence on 60-year-old Paul J. Austin of Pittsburgh as the sole defendant. Previously, in connection with his guilty plea, the court was advised that from 2012 through 2017, the defendant was the president of J.P. Austin Associates, Inc., a mineral processing company in Beaver Falls. For calendar years 2012 through 2017, the defendant